Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Homage to our most venerable teacher Bhante, our Kalyana Mitta Gurudeva Uttama Pinvat Loku Swamin Wahanse. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Everyone, today we are here to talk about the marvelous sage, the Supreme Buddha. Hopefully this could be the last episode based on the series. We talked based on the book our Pinnath Lokusaminasa wrote recently, Acharya Manuso. The English translation is the Buddha, the marvelous sage. And today, the beautiful episode is supposed to have about the final Nibbana of the Supreme Buddha. It would be a really heart-touching and interesting and for so much informative too. The Buddha goes to attain final Nibbana. We will talk. Homage to the Supreme Buddha. At the Chapala shrine, Chapala is a place that the Buddha visited with Venerable Ananda Bhante. And then, yes, the first slide is for Imasha and Shivan to read.
At one time, the Buddha was staying near Vesali, at the great wood, in the hall with the peaked roof. Then the Buddha robed up in the morning, and taking his bowl and robe, entered Vesali for alms.
Yes, Vesali for alms, the Buddha was visiting. And then, so the Buddha with Venerable Ananda Bhante was visiting Chapala shrine and at Vesali. In Vesali, Vesali is the city. And then alms round. Okay, we will go furthermore. And then the second slide is for Dinudaham.
Then after the meal on his return from alms round, he addressed Venerable Ananda. Ananda, get your sitting clothes. Let's go to the Chapala shrine for the day's meditation.
Yes, Chapala. So the Buddha invites Venerable Ananda Bhante to go there for meditation. And then what happens next? Linda?
Yes, sir, replied Ananda. Taking his sitting cloth, he followed behind the Buddha. Then the Buddha went up to the Chapala shrine and sat down on the seat spread out. Ananda bowed to the Buddha and sat down to one side.
Yes, sadhu, sadhu. So this is this picture is not about Venerable Ananda Bhante and the Buddha. This picture is about Uruvela Kassapa, if you remember. But to get an idea about Venerable Ananda Bhante paying homage to the Buddha, so I gave this for you to get an idea. It's a beautiful picture. And then they were sitting. Hiru.
Ananda, Vesali is lovely, and the Udayana, Gautamaka, Satamba, Bahuputta, Sarandada, and Chapala shrines are all lovely. Whoever has developed and cultivated the four bases of psychic powers may, if they wish, live on for the eon or what's left of the eon.
Sadhu, sadhu. Okay, this is like the Buddha is admiring the beauty of these places. What are the places mentioned? Vesali is lovely. Vesali or Vaishali. Or maybe in Sinhala you might say Vishala, Vesali. You remember there was a very big pandemic in this great city too, and the Buddha went there sharing the blessings. Everything came back to normal. And then Udena is also a place, a vihara. Gotamaka, Sattamba, Bahuputta, Sarandada, Chapala. So Buddha was talking about these things. And then he says, if someone has developed these 4 bases of psychic power, if they wish, they can live for an year or what's left of the eon. Which means, if they wish, if someone has developed 4 powers, Chanda, Chitta, Virya, Vimansa. Chanda, Chitta, Virya, Vimansa. Those are the 4 powers. In detail, maybe you have learned this. If someone has developed these 4 kinds of things, Buddha says that they can live as they wish. This is very deep Dhamma. And then the Buddha says to Venerable Ananda Bhante, Venerable Ananda, the Buddha, the Tathagata, has developed these 4 powers, 4 psychic powers, Chanda, Chitta, Virya, Vimansa. And then Buddha, if Buddha wishes to live a long time, he can, Buddha says. What is this about? If you get any kind of idea, Hiro?
Because I think Swanansa, because like when the Buddha is close into attaining the final Nibbana deathless.
Yes, you're right. And then the Buddha wants an invitation to extend his lifespan, because Buddha can do this if someone invites. Okay, if someone invites the Buddha to live a longer time, some more years, Buddha can extend his lifespan. He should have an invitation for that. And what happens next then? So the Venerable Ananda Bhante can invite him, right? No? Yes, he can. So, Dinu.
But Ananda didn't get it. Even though the Buddha dropped such an obvious hint, such a clear sign, he didn't beg the Buddha. Sir, may the Blessed One please remain for the eon. May the Holy One please remain for the eon. That would be for the welfare and happiness of the people, for the benefit, welfare, and happiness of the gods and humans. For his mind was as if possessed by Mara.
What is it about? So Venerable Ananda Bhante, so Buddha roughly says that Ananda, if someone has developed these 4 things, they can live as they wish. But Venerable Ananda Bhante does not invite the Buddha. Dear Bhante, please live for a long time for the benefit of devas and humans. Share this Dhamma for the benefit and happiness of everyone. He doesn't invite saying this. Why? Because the Mara is covering his mind, possessing him. Not to invite the Buddha to live a longer time. See, Venerable Ananda Bhante was asked, so he was said to invite the Buddha roughly, not directly. But he doesn't tend to invite the Buddha. See, the world is in danger in this matter. Subodha, we'll see the next part. Again, the same picture, but different information.
For a second time and for a third time, the Buddha said to Venerable Ananda Bhante the same thing. But Venerable Ananda Bhante didn't get it, for his mind was as if possessed by Mara.
Sadhu, sadhu. Have you got an idea about the Mara? He's the evil one. And remember when the Buddha was attaining the Buddhahood, he fought with Mara and the Buddha won. Maybe you remember the battle. He was so serious, cruel, and he doesn't want the Buddha to become the Buddha. And he doesn't want the Buddha to spread this Dhamma in the world. He doesn't want anyone to release from this world. Now he is waiting the Buddha to get his final Nibbana. He wants that. That's why he was covering the Venerable Ananda Bhante's mind, not to invite. See, this is so dangerous. Dinara.
Then the Buddha said to him, "Go now, Ananda, at your convenience." "Yes, sir," replied Ananda. He rose from his seat, bowed, and respectfully circled the Buddha, keeping him on his right, before sitting at the root of a tree close by.
Sadhu, sadhu. Now, the Buddha invited 3 times. Buddha said 3 times to Venerable Ananda. Actually, 3 times multiplied by 16 times. He did this before too, but Ananda Bhante was silent because his mind was covered all the time. Now, for the 3rd time, when the Buddha said, Ananda Bhante was again silent, and Buddha said, "It's okay, Ananda. Go in your own convenience and go for your meditation," he said to Venerable Ananda Bhante. So Venerable Ananda Bhante, leaving the Buddha in the same place, went for his meditation. Now, whose chance is this? This is Mara's chance. Mara comes to the Buddha and invites. Mara invites the Buddha to go for his final Nibbana. Sandeshi.
And then, not long after Ananda had left, Mara the wicked went up to the Buddha and said to him, "Sir, may the Blessed One now become fully extinguished. May the Holy One now become fully extinguished. Now is the time for the Buddha to become fully extinguished."
Sadhu, sadhu. Then whose chance is this? Venerable Ananda Bhante was silent to invite the Buddha. Now the Mara invites the Buddha. But the purpose is different. Mara invites the Buddha to extinguish, which means like to go for his final Nibbana, to pass away. Remember, Ananda Bhante was silent, and then the Mara invites. Tuvinidua. If I talk a little bit about this picture, maybe you have visited Polonnaruwa in Sri Lanka. In Polonnaruwa Galvihara, Polonnaruwa is the kingdom after Anuradhapura kingdom, and then the statues and everything was a little different in Polonnaruwa era. This statue about the Supreme Buddha, people say that this is the time when the Mara invites the Buddha to go for his final Nibbana. Buddha was so okay with this. And the Buddha was letting go of his lifespan. He is giving up his lifespan. That's the time the marvelous carving indicates about this. You get this idea? So Buddha was so confident and okay, and he is leaving the world. He decides to leave this world, keeping everything behind. Yes, Tuinidu, your chance.
When this was said, the Buddha said to Mara, "Relax, wicked one. The final extinguishment of the realized one will be soon. 3 months from now, the realized one will be fully extinguished."
Yes, after 3 months from the day the Mara invited the Buddha will pass away to final Nibbana. He received the invitation. He received one of these invitations from Ananda Bhante or from Mara. Ananda Bhante did not do that, and then the Mara was the person who won. Tinulidu, your chance. The same statue actually.
So at the Chapala tree shrine, the Buddha, mindful and aware, surrendered the life force. When he did so, there was a great earthquake, tremendous and hair rising. The thunder cracked the sky.
Yes, when that happened, everything became really uncomfortable actually. The environment, the sky, and everything. That was a huge difference. The earth, the nature did not bear the leaving of the Supreme Buddha, the decision of the Supreme Buddha to leave this world. Erin Dias. This is a translation of the Gatha actually. You can read it.
Then, knowing the meaning of this on that occasion, the Buddha expressed this heartfelt sentiment. Comparing Nibbana and Samsara, the sage eradicated all formations leading to Samsara, delighting in Nibbana with a concentrated mind. He shed the determination to live like a coat of armor.
Sadhu, sadhu. It's beautiful, right? In this Gatha, it explains about the letting go of the lifespan of the Buddha. Like comparing Nibbana and Samsara. Nibbana is the final goal of the path. So Samsara is a repeated cycle of rebirth. Sage eradicated all formations leading to Samsara. So the Buddha doesn't have anything that causes rebirth. So Buddha has eradicated all the formations. Sanskara is the formations, it's a deep word. So Buddha doesn't have anything in his life to have a rebirth again. So delighting in Nibbana, Buddha is peaceful in the Nibbana with a concentrated mind. No any suffering, no any regret, or nothing. Peaceful. He shed the determination to live like a coat of armor. Yeah, you understand, it's a simile. Shavisha.
The Buddha goes to final Nibbana, bringing drinking water. Then the Blessed One, having gone down from the road, approached the root of a certain tree, and after approaching, he addressed the Venerable Ananda, saying, "Come now, Ananda, prepare the outer robe folded in four for me. I am weary, Ananda, and will sit down."
Yes, this is now that after receiving the invitation from Mara, the Buddha is leaving for his Nibbana in Kusinagar or Kushinara. Okay, the Buddha was going with Sangha, and on the way he was thirsty and he asked Venerable Ananda Bhante to fetch some water for him to drink. Chandil, what happens next? We'll read.
"Very well, Reverend Sir," said Venerable Ananda. After replying to the Blessed One, he prepared the outer robe folded in four, and the Blessed One sat down on the prepared seat. While sitting, the Blessed One addressed Venerable Ananda, saying, "Come now, Ananda, bring drinking water. I am thirsty, Ananda, and will drink."
Sadhu, sadhu. He says he's tired and he's thirsty and he needs water. He invites the Ananda Bhante to bring water. Dimal.
After that was said, Venerable Ananda said this to the Blessed One. "Just now, Venerable Sir, 500 wagons have passed by, and the little water that flows, having been churned by the wheels, is stirred up and disturbed. The Kayakuta River is not far away, with transparent water, agreeable water, cool water, pure water, with beautiful banks, a delightful place where the Blessed One can drink drinking water and cool his limbs."
Sadhu, sadhu. When the Venerable Ananda Bhante went there, the water was not good because of the wagons or the cars has crossed by crossing out the river, making his muddy. It's muddy, and he is like hopeless, and he doesn't get the water, and he comes back to the Supreme Buddha and says, "Bhante, The Kakuta River is nearby. We can go there and you can drink water, you can bathe there, and you can wash your limbs. But the Buddha is thirsty and tired. Raveen.
For a second time and for a third time, the Blessed One addressed the Venerable Ananda, saying, "Come now, Ananda, bring drinking water. I am thirsty, Ananda, and I will drink."
Sadhu, sadhu. So even though the water is muddy, Buddha needs water. And Buddha says again, the third time to fetch some water to the Supreme Buddha. I am thirsty. I need to drink water, he says. Diana. If I talk a little bit about this statue, maybe you have seen this before too in our program. This is Venerable Ananda Bhante, Arahant Ananda Bhante. Bhante's statue in Polgahavela Sambuddha Rajamaliga. Diana.
Very well, Reverend Sir, said Venerable Ananda, and after replying to the Blessed One and taking the bowl, he approached the little river. Then that little river that was flowing, which had been turned by the wheels and was stirred up and disturbed, as Venerable Ananda was approaching, flowed transparent, clear, and undisturbed.
When Ananda Bhante went there to bring some water, that was clear and the water was clean. So Ananda Bhante was so happy and he brought some water. Dehan.
After taking a bowl of drinking water, he approached the Blessed One, and after approaching, he said this to the Blessed One: "It is wonderful, Reverend Sir.
Reverend Sir.
It is marvelous, Reverend Sir. The Blessed One's great power and great majesty in that little river that is flowing, which has been turned by wheels and is stirred up and disturbed as I was approaching, flowed transparent, clear, and undisturbed."
Sadhu, sadhu. So Ananda Bhante was so happy and he says, it's marvelous, it's wonderful. The extraordinary quality of the Supreme Buddha is amazing. And so the Blessed One's great power and great majesty in that little river that is flowing, which has been dirty by wheels of the carts, is driving up and disturbed. But when I was approaching there, the water was very clear, crystal clear and undisturbed. He was so happy. And he admires the psychic potency of the Buddha, the merit of the Supreme Buddha. Pasindu.
Please drink the drinking water, Blessed One. Please drink the drinking water, Fortunate One. Then the Blessed One drank the water.
Yeah, he says, he gives water to the Supreme Buddha. Please, Bhante, you can drink this water now. Tehan. Tehan, are you listening? Yeah. Okay, Tehan, if I say a little bit about this picture, this is also the statue available in Sambuddha Rajamaligawa in Polgahavela in Sri Lanka. This indicates this shows that the Buddha was lying down for his final Nibbana. You can see the two Sala tree. Sala is the tree that has a beautiful flower. Maybe you can say Sal too. And then the Sala flowers fallen on the Supreme Buddha's body. You can see the little spots also there. Yes, Dehan, your chance to read.
At that time, the The twin salt trees were full with flowering blossoms outside of flowering time, and they were sprinkling down the Blessed One's body, showering down and pouring down on the Blessed One in worship.
Sadhu, sadhu. So, what was that? The solitary. The nature was so shocked by this heart-touching moment. The Buddha is leaving this world. And then the nature also felt that. And then the flowers fell off from the trees to give an offering to the Buddha. The flowers were offered by these trees too on the body. That was like a divine offering to the Supreme Buddha. And then we see in this moment, the Buddha speaks to Mahasangha, saying this. This chance for Mewan.
Also, the divine coral tree flowers were falling from the sky, and they were sprinkling down on the realized one's body, showering down, pouring down on the Blessed One in worship.
Yeah, that was the offering from the Devas, noble heavenly beings. They were offering flowers to the Buddha. Kemit. This is a wonderful drawing, actually. The Buddha was lying down, talking to someone. You remember this person is the last Arahant Bhante who became under the guidance of the Supreme Buddha. Yes. Kemit.
Also, divine sandalwood powder was falling from the sky and was sprinkling down on the Blessed One's body, showering down, pouring down on the Blessed One in worship. Also, divine music played in the sky in worship of the Blessed One.
Sadhu, sadhu. Good reading. Next part is for Nelit.
Then the Blessed One said this to the Venerable Ananda. It's not in this way, Ananda, that the Blessed One is honored, respected, revered, worshipped, or esteemed. But that monk, nun, layman, or laywoman, Ananda, who lives practicing the teaching in accordance with the teacher, correct in their practice, living in conformity with the teaching. He honors, respects, reveres, worships, and esteems the Blessed One with high worship.
Sadhu, sadhu. You get this, okay? Even though Buddha said that even though you offer this kind of an offering to the Buddha, this is not the real offering. What was the real offering? Practice the Dhamma. Practice in living by the Dhamma is the real offering to the Supreme Buddha. The perfect respect that if you want to pay to the Supreme Buddha, practice this Dhamma. When you offer a flower, when you offer a candle or lamp or something else, that's a great thing. But Buddha said, this is not the real offering actually. The real offering, the true offering is practicing Dhamma, which is more beneficial. Practicing the Dhamma is the best. But offering flowers, offering things to the Supreme Buddha is also great, because that's also the way that you can show your respect to the Supreme Buddha. Vismit.
Therefore, Ananda, thinking, let us live practicing the teaching in accordance with the teaching, correct in our practice, living in conformity with the teaching. This is how you are to train Ananda.
Yes. Therefore, Ananda, think this way. Let us live practicing the teaching in accordance with the teachings, correct in our practice, living in conformity with the teachings. This is how you should train yourself. Dinet.
The last instructions of the Blessed One.
Then the gracious one addressed Venerable Ananda, saying, "It may be, Ananda, that some of you may think in this way. Past is the teacher's word. There is now no teacher for us, but it should not be seen like that. Ananda, whatever teaching and discipline has been taught by me or laid down, Ananda, that is your teacher after my passing away."
Sadhu, sadhu. That's this is very, very important utterance by the Supreme Buddha. After the passing away of the Blessed One, you might think that we have no a teacher anymore because the Buddha is gone. Buddha has passed into his final Nibbana. Buddha says, no, Ananda, you should not think this way. That's wrong. After the passing away of the Blessed One, the Dhamma and the Vinaya, the doctrine and the discipline will be your teacher after the passing away of the Blessed One. That's a beautiful expression of the Supreme Buddha, you know that? After the passing away of the Blessed One. You also might think that we have not a teacher now, but it's not true. Who is our teacher? Still our teacher is the Dhamma we have and the Vinaya we practice. So still then we have the Buddha. If you have Dhamma and Vinaya, Dhamma and discipline, you have the Buddha with you even today, even after thousands of years today. Sadhu, maybe you can read the English.
The last words of the Blessed One. Come now, monks, I declare you, all conditioned things are subject to destruction. Diligently practice the path to Nibbana.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So I read Pali and English, last words of the Supreme Buddha. Handadani bhikkhave, come now, monks. Amantayamivo, I declare you. Vayadhamma sankhara, all conditioned things are subject to destruction. Appamadena sampadeta, diligently practice to path to Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu. Everyone, I invite you to practice these Pali words and English. I think diligently practice the path to Nibbana. That should be like that. Memorizing this utterance of the Blessed One is very important. Again, the Blessed One is lying down for his final Nibbana. That's it.
Then the Venerable Ananda uttered this verse. Terrible was the sound of the quaking. Men's hair stood on end when the Buddha, sublime in all respect, attained the final bliss of Nibbana.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That was Venerable Ananda Bhante was very shocked about the Buddha's passing away. He sees the difference of the environment too, and he said this. Ramutu, homage to our supremely enlightened Buddha. That was the topic.
At last, the Blessed One, the perfectly self-enlightened one, the marvelous human being, the most exceptional, wonderful person to arise in the history of humanity, attained the final bliss of Nirvana.
This is the translation of Acharya Manus, the last paragraph at the end. Our Pinot Lokusaminanse says about this heart-touching thing about the Supreme Buddha is leaving this world. Yenuki.
In these bleak times, when the interminate era is nearing its end and humanity is riddled with weakness, out of the great compassion of Devas in humans, you arose in the human world. You, the Blessed One, the marvelous sage, enlightened the world with your radiant light of wisdom.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Lokusaminanse, wanted to talk about the real situation about the world, and this is the declining era of the world. The lifespan and the merit people have very little bit. And even though the people are very weak practicing the Dhamma, the Buddha appeared in this world because we had kind of good merits to have the Buddha's dispensation. Marvelous sage enlightened the world with your radiant light of wisdom. He shared his noble Dhamma with devas and humans. Even though we are very poor to understand, we have this Dhamma. Linda, you're reading.
You are the light which dispels the darkness of wrong views. You are the foremost spiritual teacher, the noble friend who taught beings the path to the supreme bliss of nirvana. You are the fount of the deathless, the waters of which quench samsaric suffering.
That's beautiful. That's what Lokusamina feels about the Buddha. This slide is then for everyone, okay? Keeping your joint palms and saying, sadhu, 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 wholeheartedly.
Wholeheartedly.
I go to the Buddha for refuge.
I go to the Buddha for refuge.
I go for refuge to the Dhamma he taught.
I go for the refuge to the Dhamma he taught.
I go for refuge to the Sangha,
I go for refuge to the Sangha.
the Blessed One's disciples.
The Blessed One's disciples.
Wholeheartedly.
Wholeheartedly.
I go to the Buddha for refuge.
I go to the Buddha for refuge.
I go for refuge to the Dhamma he taught.
I go for refuge to the Dhamma he taught.
I go for refuge to the Sangha,
I go for refuge to the Sangha.
the Blessed One's disciples.
The Blessed One's disciples.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
So this is the end of Acharya Manaso, the marvelous sage. Our Pinnath Loku Swamin Wahanse gave us the wonderful book for you to read, Sinhala and English translations too. So we are happy to share this good merit first with our Loku Swamin Wahanse that all of us collected. May this merit be dedicated to our Pinnath Loku Swamin Wahanse. May our Loku Swamin Wahanse be fortunate to understand the noble Dhamma very soon in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu. May this merit be shared with all the devas. May they give their support and protection to all of you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May all the people who help this program, the translations, the pictures, drawings, and everything, and supporting with the technology, I am happy to share this good merit with them too. May the people who organize this program, preparing things and managing things to have this program wonderfully finished. And then I'm happy to share this good merit with them too. May all of you, your parents, teachers, family, friends, everybody, be well, be happy, and live long. May all of you be fortunate to practice this good Dhamma of the Buddha and to understand the Dhamma in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu.